Welcome back to Recap. Today are going to recap a 2017 drama horror movie titled Thelma. Thelma, a modest girl from a conservative family, develops love for Anya, a fellow student. Later, she learns of her abilities, which could endanger others around her. Story takes some interesting turns along the way. But before we begin, please consider subscribing to this channel. Now, without wasting any further time, let's begin, shall we? Thelma is a lonely and miserable young woman who has lived a sheltered existence under the protection of her father, Tron, and her crippled mother, Uni, in an ultra-religious Christian family. He struggled to establish friends and began suffering inexplicable epileptic episodes shortly after going to Oslo for college. He realizes that his affections for another student, Anya, spark extreme psychokinetic powers when they meet. Thelma is torn between her feelings for Anya and her guilt over them, and she hopes he doesn't fall in love with her. While undergoing a brain tomography test to determine the reason of her seizures, she begins to think of Anya, and as she concentrates on her, Thelma's powers begin to awaken, and she accidentally causes Anya to vanish into space. Thelma returns home, perplexed and disturbed by Anya's unexpected departure, and recalls that she had a younger brother when she was a child. When he was feeling ignored and envious of his sister's attention and wished she would shut up and leave, he unintentionally led her to teleport out of her bed and reappear under the sofa. In a recent terrible occurrence, he forced her to vanish from her bath, and her father discovered her stuck beneath the ice of a frozen lake. Thelma's mother tried suicide by jumping over a bridge as a result of the trauma, but the effort failed to paralyze her. These occurrences had slipped Thelma's mind. Her parents realize her grief and tell her the truth: she can achieve everything she desires and that she inherited the same unexplainable powers from her grandmother, who blames herself for Thelma's grandfather's disappearance and remains drugged in a psychiatric nursing facility by Tron. Thelma had the impression that her parents were planning the same thing. Thelma recalls her father holding his hand over a lit candle that was almost burning so she might experience what the eternal flames of hell were like while visiting Anya. While out boating on an unfrozen lake, he telekinetically set his father on fire, killing him. When Thelma revives a dead small bird, she understands that her abilities can also be used to restore life. He realizes that his superhuman skills are a gift and utilizes them to heal his mother, restoring her ability to walk. Thelma was finally able to control her powers after understanding she could summon them, and she was able to bring Anya back to life. He's back in college, this time with Anya as his guilt-free girlfriend. And that's the end of the movie. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, until next time.